Okay, thank you.
We're live.
Okay, welcome everyone to the Sandwich Town Council Planning Committee for April. Item 1, apologies received.
Just hold on for me.
Okay. Yeah,
It's not including the screen live stream.
It's streaming on my screen.
It's not on YouTube.
It's telling me right now that we're live.
should we go for it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening, but it's
No, it's all right.
Okay, yeah.
Well, then clear.
It'll be recorded in the minutes, won't it?
Yeah, we never used to have it, did we? So
No.
okay.
if you're
Not breaking the
well,
law.
okay.
Yeah, okay then. Item 1, apologies for absent received. I think Councillor Morehouse is going to be late.
That's correct.
Item 2, declaration of interest. To receive any declaration to disclose more pecuniary interest from members in respect of business to be transacted on this agenda.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, I want to point out one of the applications is a neighbour of mine. That I've got absolutely no connection to.
No pecuniary interest.
No pecuniary interest.
Okay, thank you. Item 3, minutes of the planning committee. To approve the minutes of the planning committee held on Monday, 10th of March 2025, and to consider any matters arising from those minutes not covered elsewhere in this agenda. Attachment 1.
Happy to propose
Okay.
acceptance.
Second it. Are we all in favour of the minutes being approved?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Item 4, a 20-minute session is set aside for members of the public to make representations at the meeting in respect of the business on the agenda. Individual representation should not exceed 5 minutes. Written notice of the desire to exercise the right to speak, together with the topic to be addressed, must be given to the town clerk at least 4 hours in advance of the meeting.
None received.
Item 5, planning applications. Application plans and papers can be viewed via the Dover District Council website. Item 8A, planning application reference 25/00313. Proposal, extension to existing car park and structural repairs to retaining walls to west and south boundary. Existing outbuildings to be demolished. Location, the King's Arms, 63 to 65 Strand Street, Sandwich, CT 13 9AH.
Oh, so Mr. Chairman, are you taking A and B together because they're
They
the
could do on
same application,
Conservation,
just conservation ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I'd be very happy to propose that we accept this one because obviously it takes away that fallen down, broken old building, and it will give more car parking for the patrons of this establishment.
Yes, I'd like to point out that the building has already been demolished.
Yeah.
Yes, and I had a look at the site, and it looks as though a bit of the wall is really quite ancient because it has flint stone mixed in with old brick. So I do think it's very important that that section of wall should be preserved insofar as it
Is that the
can.
boundary?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not actually. It's the wall that's in the car park. It was one of the walls,
The main walls.
yes,
Yeah.
containing the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's slightly unsatisfactory that at every meeting of the planning committee, we're presented with applications in effect for retroactive planning permission. The last meeting I attended, there was a fence that had been put up near the railway crossing, for which no planning permission had been given. And now this application.
Got the photocopy in there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I support Councillor Carter. I know
strong objection to this working principle, but I do have concerns about the application. So I feel it is a retrospective.
Too many.
To some extent, because the work was done some weeks ago. It was, I don't know if it fell down, but they certainly demolished more or less the whole of the building.
Yeah.
And in the application form, it says, has the development or work already started without consent? They've also cut the hedging half. The hedge had these strange holes in it. Yeah. Sorry, it's not particularly relevant, but I do feel that the application is misleading.
So there's 2 points. It previously had a planning application a number of years ago for that to be taken down. So there is context. In terms of what happened, I was there the morning was actually got contacted by a resident regards to the building. What happened to us? There was a storm and the whole building caved in.
Yeah.
And I went in and spoke to the landlord, and when they had to make it safe, they had Shepherd Lean came out and the surveyor. So all that's been done. It's not about, it's not the end result.
No,
It's to make
it's
it secure. So yeah, all sorry, all the bricks are still there, stacked up. It needs to be done. So I wouldn't regard it as retrospective.
No.
It was a reaction to a storm that created the damage.
Yeah, I mean, those who have lived here a few times wouldn't believe this, but there used to be a tipper company's yard with taking the ballast, Bishops, and that was their workshop. And
Yeah.
gradually, over the years, it's gradually decayed, isn't it? It's just collapsed on
Yeah,
its
I mean,
side.
there is a question about its maintenance over the years.
Yeah.
That's separate from.
Yeah, but it might be to do with, I don't know, the brewery or the, the owners of the
Yes.
site, because they're only leases, aren't they, tenants?
You've got
So,
the rest of them.
Yes, thank you. No, it seems to me that you can't leave things as they are. It wasn't a deliberate demolition that was started without being taken away and then the advice for planning permission. I think it just needs sorting out, and I would say Councillor Carr.
approve this. We're all in favour that propose this, as a retrospective. Yeah, okay, thank you. Then we're all together. And A and B. C. Planning application on reference 25/00264. Proposal erection of single-storey rear extension, rear dormer window with roof lights to the front and rear of roof slope and alteration to windows and doors. Location H Stone Cross, Lees, Sam CT 13 0 D. Not sure whether you're supposed to just.
Yeah. I don't even know this one. They're actually newly sort of moved in and started development. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to reiterate what Councillor Fortescue has said. And I'm very sorry to tell you, but I live opposite this property and the work is certainly well underway. In fact, the roof lights and the roof work has all been done. I can't see whether the extension's been done. So to tell you the truth, I'm not going to vote on this at all because they have literally started the work. The scaffolding went up probably about 2 months ago and the building materials were there in January. So once again, they knew they were going to be doing the work before they got the permission. And they you can go down and have a little look and the roof lights and everything are all in it. So I would say half of the work's done already. I can't see the extension. So I will not be voting on this unless it's a retrospective.
That's the right.
I wouldn't really call this an extension. I think it's rebuilding the house in effect.
Redesign, isn't it?
It's more than doubling the floor area of the house with an upper floor, master bedroom and so on. It's a huge development and it's now taking up probably a quarter to a third of the plot. If the work's, I haven't been to look at it, but if the work's already started, then that's a big concern, I think.
I can show it to you. They've got the roof lights.
Yeah, okay. Councillor Super.
I haven't got any comments.
We'll go with the date on the application form.
Yeah.
It's the 10th of March. So it's not a case of the application having been lingering somewhere before it's come
No.
forward.
Yeah.
Right. I remember you look at it, the original design looked rubbish, didn't it? I mean, they got that portrait with a bathroom and toilet. It's the size of the middle bedroom, isn't it? It's a lot better use of space, in my opinion. And I don't think it's that much bigger footprint when you take it down. And I think it's an improvement on the property. It's a lot better improvement. So, and it's in a little corner on the back there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And none of the neighbours have objected either.
Well, that was my question. Have any neighbours commented or
They
even
they don't want to, because if you sort of object against your neighbours, then they don't talk to you for the next 25 years, so.
No.
I'd like to support it. So
Oh, you can propose it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll second that then. Are we all in favour of this? Pardon? Oh, no, abstention. Oh, 2 abstentions.
It's a retrospective.
Yeah, thank you. D, planning application reference 23/01021, proposal erection of iron railings at the front of property, location 47 New Street, Salmon, CT 39 VP. Should we do these again? Because another
Yeah,
one.
these are
Two
two
again.
D&E.
Yeah, we had this before and I think we approved.
Yeah, we bought that on the 23rd
I think,
of January.
I think the time's run out. That's what's happened.
That's why they put it back in again this
Yeah.
time. But this is a
Got
really
2
good
years.
quality improvement. And I don't know if our mature councillor here remembers, but this property did actually have railings outside it before. So they're actually reinstating something that was there before.
Yeah.
The plan, the application was absolutely superb, gave all the detail. And in fact, the conservation officer, Alison Cummings, actually said, I'll be very pleased to pass this application. It's what she said in her email. So I'd like to propose acceptance of D&E.
I think what happened, because there was the railing, plus a lot of work on the house. And I think they've done the work on the house and the garden, and now they looked at the railings and found it's time. There's 2 separate
And
applications.
they've done the wall.
And they've done the
It's been
wall. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
So,
So it's partly dependent on work being completed on the adjoining property, isn't it?
well, it's in the front, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say it's all passed a couple of years ago, but it's just sort of lapsed.
yeah, it's lapsed. It was 2021, actually. It's passed.
Councillor Pennington?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I looked at it and thought it's quite lots of amenity in terms of the space in front of the house, and there's been lots of development in the back of the house, obviously. I didn't quite understand what was the purpose of putting the railings in.
Yeah. Shall answer.
Well, I was just going to say to stop people parking in front of the house.
Yeah, I spoke to the owner
Yeah.
just 2 weeks ago after church. She was outside her garage, so I asked her about it. And she said, you regularly get people who live on the houses opposite, park on the pavement. And so she said, in order to protect, she spent a lot of money on her house in order to protect the front of the house. It's grade 2 listed. So she said she wants something to protect her property.
That's awesome.
it's their land, so technically they could dig it up and make a garden there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you proposed already?
I proposed it, yeah.
Seconded.
We all in favour of
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I think so. Thank you. Item F, proposal works to outbuilding to include replacement roof, insertion of 2 doors to replace existing render with bricks cladding, erection of chimney around pizza oven, flue to be painted black, existing timber supports to be replaced with iron veranda. 54 New Street, Salmon, CT 13 9BB. Councillor Session.
So it looks in comparison with the original design. It's vastly improved. And what it is a revised design based on the previous application. It can't be seen from the street. It's only the flue that's visible to neighbours. I can't see any strong argument for opposing it. I'd be happy to support it.
Yeah, I'll be exactly what Councillor Tuke has said. This is a great improvement, and particularly the veranda with the spandrels. I mean, who has spandrels on their veranda? So no, this is vastly improved this would vastly improve that area in the back of the garden. There's a very high wall. If you go down there, you can't see over the wall. It must be, it's over 2 meters, the wall. So you won't be able to see any of the works apart from the flue from the pizza oven. So I would like to second any proposal to.
Okay, now, comments? We all in favour of this application? Yeah, that's that. Okay. G, planning application reference 25/00231. Proposal, Fell One Sycamore, grade T1 and Joden Crown reduced by up to 3 meters in height and 2 meters laterally of 2 sycamores, T3 and T4, all subject to the tree preservation order number 225. Location, trees, St George's Lee Sandwich. Okay, come on.
I've no strong objections to this, but I have to say it's a very poor application. There's no address on the application. You have to go and physically visit.
Yes, in that cul-de-sac, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I was just going to say, unfortunately, 2 things. One thing, sycamores, I mean, they grow like billio.
Yeah.
You know, the little seeds that come
Yeah.
down, they grow all over the place. Don't they? And the second thing is, though, from when you look at the photograph and the size of the garden, the trees are getting too big.
Dominant,
Because
aren't they?
you see how big the garden, it's a very small area, isn't it? So that must be cutting out a lot of shade from the garden. So I'd like,
the town ditch.
and the
Yeah.
town ditch, so I'd like to propose that we go ahead with this, but noting that they are under a tree preservation order. So, but I believe there is a company, arboriculturists, undertaking work, so.
At least they've asked already, haven't they?
Exactly.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it's,
Not like having cutting trees down and suddenly you left with stuff.
We-
Any other?
they haven't cut them down before they put the path in. That's,
Okay. Are we all in favour of this application? then?
Yeah.
Sorry, who was seconding?
oh, I was proposing it.
Yeah.
H, planning application reference 25/00252. Proposal for the removal and reinstatement of part of deteriorated render and to renew and to repoint brickwork to front south facing gable, facade of 31A High Street, location 31A High Street Sandwich, CT13 It's a funny one, isn't it? Yeah.
And its eye as well, if we could take.
Yeah,
that.
oh yeah, do them both together, yeah.
That's just looking at its necessary work and it's repairing deteriorating external facades, so
Looks bad, doesn't it?
needs to be done.
Yeah, it's protecting the house, isn't it?
They've also got the mentioned water ingress
Yeah.
because it needs repointing as well.
Yeah.
So that it's actually affecting the inside of the house as well as the outside. They've got internal damp problems, so it needs to be done. I'd be happy to second any proposal.
And yeah, other comments? No, okay. Can we have a vote there, all in favour, right? Yeah, thank you. Item J, planning application reference 25/00155. Proposal prior approval for the installation of roof mounted solar array location Sandwich Infant School Road Sandwich CT 13.
But I don't know if anybody read the pack on this one, but Sarah Platts, that is head of DDC planning, has said she would agree that this could go ahead under permitted development. So basically take the next 2 or 3 minutes off because they've rubber stamped it.
And it's all internal looking towards the playground, isn't it?
It is.
No, it's not an exterior,
Yeah.
you haven't on it.
But I mean, it's the old debate about conservation areas and so,
Yeah.
but we've blocked that. Therefore, because walk along the road with Whitefriars has got solar panel, or the facing and schedule out. So it looks like we're losing the background.
Yeah, it's a Victorian building as well, isn't it? So you proposing that, yeah?
No, I'm not actually.
Oh, I'll propose it because it's green. Are we all in favour? Two against. Yeah. Two.
Keep sandwiches heritage.
Well, it's only Victorian, you can't see it from anywhere else unless you go in the, well, you just go in the playground.
Yeah, exactly.
Item K, planning application reference 25/00244. Proposal reserved matters application for the details of appearance, landscaping and layout pursuant to plot 7, outline application of 21/01309, direction of 7, number South Bill plots, all matters reserved, location Rose Garden, 170 Dover Road, Sandwich. I think we passed the work before we actually
Yeah,
outline proposal,
That's
look at detail.
yeah. So I was just going to say, for anybody that doesn't know this one is right at the very end of Dover
By the
Road,
bypass.
and there's a nursery there. And it's already got outline planning for 7 self-built plots. So this is just the detailed finishes to plot number 7 of those 7 plots. So I'm quite happy to propose this one.
Well, apparently there could be interesting, important archaeological remains. So I think I'm quite content to vote in favour, but I think,
It's an old brownfield site. It was a nursery, it was all greenhouses there.
yeah,
And it's just where they knocked all the old greenhouses down. And that's sort of like really like basically a brownfield as well.
And they are doing, I don't know if you saw, they are doing archaeological investigation. Because I was worried about that as well. Because it is on the old Dover Road, which was the original road in and out of the town. So they could be, you're quite right.
I think any time you dig a hole now in Sandwich, they have to have a look, don't they?
Well, apart
I know within the
apart from
site.
St Mark's Chapel, apparently,
No, they won't dig a hole in the ground, will they?
they were, but the services.
My understanding from the correspondence here is that the reserve matters, they're looking at a single plot to say this will be an example of all the plots, all the remaining 6 plots. But if it's self-built, if it was a developer, I can understand.
No, it's the family.
But when it's self-built, are they going to make all 6 plots identical to the
Don't
plot
know.
7?
No, I don't think so.
Could be variations, not saying
No.
that be significant or we should vote against them, but you can't just say one plot's like this and therefore all the other 6 are going to be exactly the same.
No, I think it would be right. It's someone died, local businessman, and left it to his family. So the whole family have got an interest in it. So one of his son lives up there in the nursery house, but I think they're doing it so the other members of the family can come back to Sandwich.
It was accepted into the local plan.
Yeah, I've got no.
Yeah, well, I was going to abstain on this one because the last time we discussed this, either this one or the one opposite, my comments were the access, because with the access essentially being a single track road, with it where the original Victorian houses are, it's all parked up realistically. With it parked up, it's a single track road. I think it's overdeveloped for a single track road.
You've got the right spot.
This is
It's quite a wide entrance on that.
oh no, I know.
I think
this is
Councillor
further-
Malice is talking about the terraced housing
Yes,
at the start of the
the very start of so everybody going there.
But he should have been around when I was trying to fight the site for
Yes.
65 houses
Yes,
that went
yeah.
out there and 300 cars.
Yes,
That's
yes,
when we should have-
exactly the same, and we're just.
Yeah. I've been trying to get that.
And more.
I've been trying to get that roundabout by Bella's Bush modified so you can access Dover Road. And
would
perhaps, but
transform it.
Bollard, but County Council. So the people come in from Sandwich in, they'd only got to the school, Bollards, and they have to turn around. And then, and all the school buses, everything, they all go out back to the roundabout like we used to.
Yeah.
But I think 106 money would be a good way to spend 106 money, wouldn't it, doing that roundabout up
Yes.
and opening it up.
Is there somewhere we actually associated with it?
I spoke to somebody called Councillor Paul Carter about 5 or 6 years ago. I wasn't talking to myself, looking in the mirror after the League of Think Tank Council. I didn't even think he'd know where it was, and he did know where it was, but he he said you're looking at over £1 million to add that other, because that roundabout is only built for 3 roads to come onto it. In order to make it 4 roads, the whole site would have to be redeveloped. He said you're looking at about 1.25 million to remodel that roundabout, he said. So he was happy if Sandwich had the money to
They do, if we know that roundabout, there's a gate there on the old Dover. And when we get the golf, which is really, really annoying, they allowed that school there to be used for emergency, and they take that soil and they let emergency vehicles get out.
Bunds, that got bund in.
Bund, well, thank Bund, not to speak German. Yeah, okay,
I take it that, although this is preserved matters for the 7 plots,
yeah,
we're only showing 1 house.
yeah,
I don't think it means that the other 6 designs are being dealt with this time.
no,
Right.
It's only that they're covering the matters of contamination, archaeology,
yeah, that's one.
ground conditions, basically. In this application, which is for all 7, but there'll still need to be individual applications, I think, for the other 6 houses.
I don't think it's for all 7, it's just for number 7.
Yeah, number
So,
7.
but this is covering the archaeology.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also the drilling for.
Exactly.
That's all for the whole site.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
But probably worth checking that there will still need to be individual applications for the other 6.
Oh, yeah, they might,
designs.
when I'm talking to the, they might not even go ahead, but it might be several years before they do it, because I think more or less looking at people retiring, coming back to Sandwich, kind of coming back.
And it's partly because it's presumed that the date of the expiry of the outbound application
Anyway,
was coming around.
most probably, yeah.
Could well be,
Yeah.
would be, yeah. That's usually what they do.
Okay, we've got.
Yeah, so I'm proposing to go ahead with it.
Yeah.
Just need a second.
Second out.
Oh, it's for family housing.
I'll second it. Yeah. One abstention, people for it. Okay. Item 6, withdrawn planning applications. To receive and note the withdrawal of planning application. Please note none to consider at this time of issuing this agenda. Item 7, planning decisions. To receive and note the latest decisions taken by Dover District Council on new planning applications. Has anyone got anything to comment on this? No? Item 8, street furniture applications. To receive and consider any applications made to DDC in relation to a street furniture consent application under the Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1982. Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1982, street furniture consent. Please note none to consider at the time of issuing this agenda. Item 9, licensing. To consider and note any licensing notices for Sandwich. Please note none to consider at the time of issuing this agenda. 10, enforcement. To consider any enforcement notices and issue received from Dover District Council. Please note none to consider at the time of issuing this agenda. 11, correspondence. To receive and consider correspondence relating to planning matters, including notification of appeals against refusal of planning applications. From Dover District Council, dated 25th of March, detail construction of a solar farm with associated access and infrastructure in Goshall Valley, Town and Country Planning Development Management Procedure, England, Order 2015, notice under Article 15, bracket 1A, application for planning.
Is it our jurisdiction?
It's Ash, really.
Ash
Yeah.
County Council.
Yeah, it's right on our boundary, that's what it,
We've been included as consultee
Yeah.
because it's on our boundary. It is Ashton Council, right?
I bet wouldn't it be consulted, isn't it? Right, no, not
Yeah.
the yeah. All right. 12, verbal update from our Dover District Council on the matters related to planning.
So I did have an email from Councillor Moorhouse. He said, should I not be able to attend, update to report with respect to planning is that I have a site meeting with the voluntary tree warden on Saturday, the 10th of May to undertake an audit on the tree planting stroke maintenance on the Montague Place development.
She's worried about that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there any update on New Street?
That's the only update I received.
No, I looked at today's awful, isn't it? Item 13, date of next planning committee meeting, 19th of May 2025. Oh, thank you for listening.
Sorry, just
Has it by any chance recorded it?
Yeah.